EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers.
Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Over.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And put a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give him 30 yards there. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick, and I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
Let's go! White 90! White 90!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And right away, he lost the football. And the Panthers have recovered. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close, and it's not something they even imagine because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning, they got to just be puzzled right now that they're not taking care of the ball better.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense and at times will actually make checks just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain. And it's 3rd and 2 now.
Come on,
Looking to throw. Bradley. And that is incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Here we go.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's complete. Hooper. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. And they'll run it here. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Off the play fake. Bradley rolling to his right. And this is incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition in practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there.
Let's go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bradley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call.
Come on, let's go.
Operating from the gun, Bradley. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead.
The losing streak can take it on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Carolina getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Let's go! 3-19! 3-19! Check 50. Hot! Hot!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Going back to Moore. This time he's got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Gone! 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 Gone!
They'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Set! 3-19! 3-19! Gone! 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 Detroit! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Hot! Hot!
He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Tucker. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And 15 yards there on the catch and run. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39! All right, now lucky 56! Lucky 56!
Now back to throw. Finding room to the 20. Throw left side complete. That's Tucker. Touchdown, Carolina. In for the score. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. To throw on 2nd down. Bradley. And it's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Here we go.
On first down, Bradley. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw again, Bradley. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Anytime a ball is thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
The Falcons on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's go. White, line.
From the gun, Bradley. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First catch of the game for Cooks. It'll be a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him even if he has an elite defender on him because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Now they try the right side here. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Off play action, Bradley. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw, Bradley. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up 4th down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to kick points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there for the Panthers. 41 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He rifles complete. Caught by Moore. He'll be stopped short of the 25. The nice move couldn't free him. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. As his guys are in for 6. And his guys are able to strike for 6. And that was really just a great battle for that football on both sides. The result is a touchdown.
Ordinarily, I'd like to say it was a win-win, but it really wasn't because the defender, while he was there with excellent coverage, he didn't get the benefit, did he?
But he's not going to get chewed up in film session, will
No,
he?
he was right there. They'll tell him, okay, of course you need to knock the ball away, but they won't be too upset with him. He did his job for the most part.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here now come the Falcons. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90! Gun! 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 Gun!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got it. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. In for the score. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
That 3 touchdown passes. You're right. He looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Let's go! Brad 38!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's complete to Cooks. A good pickup there at 22.
We got three down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Bradley. And that's incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Bradley. And finding the tight end, Hooper. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Throwing on 1st down, Bradley. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Let's go!
Back to the air on 2nd down. Bradley. He's going to wind up, and this is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A gain of 32 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons draw a bit closer.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Looking to throw. Bradley. And this one is caught. So they come up with a 2-point conversion, and that makes this a 1-point game now. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Yeah, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got his target. That's more. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. This quarterback now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
Set! 3-19! 3-19! 56. Lucky 56.
They're going to look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now, before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the... And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. And on the ground they go with the running back. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Off the play fake. Bradley flush to his right. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A good pickup there, a 22.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Oh, let's go! Brad 38!
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here we go! What? 9!
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Here we go! Brad 38! Brad 38!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And they'll run it here. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Off play action. Bradley finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Falcons are in for 6. Point after, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Tucker. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations. But a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it a second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
56. Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that'll be incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Taking a shot for Samuel. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
And the blitz does come. Going up top. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Come on, let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Here we go!
Operating from the gun, Bradley. And that one incomplete. They tried to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
All right, here we go.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. And they're able to get this one across the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Now let's go! 319! 319!
They'll set up to throw. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Here we go now! 319! 319! Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
They'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Detroit! All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, complete. That's Tucker. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A very solid gain of 27. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Back to throw. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here, back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They give it to him running left. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun, Osborne. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Moore, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers have taken the lead here in the 4th. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point up and through. And that gives them a 3-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now Hunt on the return. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
They go play action here on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bradley. And an alley to run. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll try and sneak it here. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line.
Come on, let's go!
He'll look to throw. And Cooks has it over the middle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go! What?
Back to throw. And this is caught inside the 5. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow, wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Detroit! Detroit! Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39! Hut! Hut!
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here we go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being